Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah,
it is true, and we are after a new intro for our little channel. Going to keep the same music, but feel free to jazz it up, make it heavier, make it harder beat or whatever. God knows, just some sort of animation as well. And we're going to have a poll. We're going to have a vote. We'll have final say, and there'll be a prize for the winner. And you will will have done the intro to our channel. For now. For a while. Email your submissions to officeblokesreact@gmail.com, and we really do look forward to seeing them. Had some good ones so far.
Should be good.
Big supporter of the channel, Brett Penning, is working on one.
Oh, really?
Is he really?
Yeah. So look forward to seeing that.
Right, Brett.
Go on, Brett.
Yeah. Anyway, right inside the Alabama Crimson Tide's 37,000 square foot football facility. I'm getting better at reading.
Yeah,
that's excellent. That was.
There's a couple of like episodes of this, I think. So bear with us if it's not the right one. We've not, like we say, we don't pre-watch anything anyway. But let's see if this is the one. Because the one I saw someone sent to me was part 2.
Right.
And I thought there must be a part 1, so I went into this one. But I love sports facilities. I never get tired of going to any sports facility.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, aren't they?
Yeah.
The whole, just when you go in the places, the atmosphere.
Yeah. Because the stadium I go to most is the Etihad Stadium. But that was they've built that based on the Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
I don't know if you know that.
So
all that tunnel club and everything was actually initiated by Dallas Cowboys originally.
Wow.
So they did the first, I think they were the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
And then we've got the tunnel club, and I think Spurs might have one now as well.
Yeah. Right,
sort of thing, so...
Since doing these reactions, like I'd listened to Yellow Wolf for a few years. In one of his songs, he talks about "I roll tide."
Yeah.
And I had no idea what that phrase meant until we started doing reactions to college football and stuff. And it's the Crimson Tides, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say roll tide. It's like their sort of, I don't know if it's like their chant or if it's just what they say. But now one of his lyrics actually makes sense. That was scratching my head.
There you go. All became clear.
I thought he meant he was washing his clothes. That's Tide Pods, isn't it? Anyway, right inside the Alabama Crimson Tide's 37,000 square foot. See, I can't read now. Football facility. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by RSVP Kings. Every sneakerhead knows how impossible it is to cop limited sneakers online. Luckily for you, RSVP Kings has solved that problem. They make it super easy for you to secure any of your
I don't get this.
choice.
I like sneakers.
Did you want to watch it?
I buy quite a lot of them, so...
We'll go back a bit then.
Sneaker releases. Stay tuned to the end of the episode to see a full explanation of their services and a chance to win a free slot for any upcoming release of your choice.
What's going on, world? Brand new episode of Royal Key there on your screen. I'm your host, George Kill, and I'm in Bama with Kyle Smith, the director of football equipment at Alabama. What's going on, Kyle?
How you doing, man? Good to have y'all here.
Yeah, good to have you as well. Now, before we get fitted in that good crimson gear, tell me about this spacious locker room that you guys are in right now.
Yeah, so this is our players' practice locker room. We only use this locker room for practice. Our stadium's on the other side of campus. We got 136 lockers in here. Each locker has, ample space for everything they need.
Now, Kyle, people always tell me I have an accent. I'm from Texas, but I'm here in that Bama.
Oh yeah, it's the lifelong Bama resident right here. So each one of our lockers, exactly the same. Got the nameplate at the top. When it has a player in it, have the player's name and locker number in it. Compartment for their shoulder pads with a vent up there to keep them dry. Get them dry after every practice in the hot Alabama sun. Another drawer for personal storage, and then we have a lock box here where they can put their cell phones, wallets, it has charging outlets in there. And then another drawer at the bottom for cleats and whatever else they want to put in there. Also, cool feature of our locker room, we have a hot tub, cold tub back there with a waterfall, so they don't have to go to the training room to get treatment. They can do cold tub after practice in here, hot tub before practice to get loose, and a TV in each section, so each section can watch TV.
And I'm noticing here that they have that old classic wooden finish to the entire facility. Describe that. Is that a theme of just Alabama itself?
Yeah, we're a very classic team, it's traditional. We like to bring in the old school tradition with the new.
All right, Kyle, I'm your recruit today, man. So So where do we start?
All right, man. So we gotta get you fit. We gotta get your uniform ready. So I say you look like a DB running back, a little bit of that type of build. So what size waist you wear?
I don't know, 34.
Okay, so most people actually go down because they like their pants tight, like them to fit good. Jersey running backs, we usually put you like in a 38 or something. So we'll grab you a 38 out of here in a little bit. Have to send it down to the seamstress to get your name and number put on there. But as you can see, this is just our uniform aisle. We got 14 students do a great job for us. We have one student. His responsibility is all uniforms all week long. Wow. And he does an incredible job. We're traditional. We say our alternate is our white uniform.
How is it working with Nike?
Oh, they're great, man. They're a great partner with us. We go out there every May. They're very open to what we have to say, and they're an absolute great partner for us and do a great job. And we love wearing that swoosh on our uniform every Saturday.
I wonder what the difference is in shirt sales, jersey sales from Alabama Crimson to, say, I don't know, the Houston Texans. Wonder how they compare
you don't,
from an NFL to college.
Yeah.
Only basing it off what we've seen doing this, but you don't see a lot of people in the crowd wearing the jerseys, do you?
Oh, I don't know. I think they wear the colour.
They wear the colour, but not the actual match jersey.
From what I remember, you get a lot of people wearing the just the regular T-shirt or a polo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder how many jersey sales there are from because I used to have a West Virginia football jersey that someone bought me, but it was kind of like you never really seen anyone really wearing a college football. You see loads of people wearing NFL shirts. Yeah. But you don't really see it as often. Not where I went anyway.
Is it as big a thing as it is with our football? Because obviously ours, like worldwide, aren't they? Premier League football shirts and even things like Real Madrid and Barcelona, you see them absolutely everywhere, don't you? You don't seem to see the American football ones quite as much, do you?
I think
not over here anyway, but then again, I don't suppose you would you?
I presume with the match jerseys, though, they're made so you can have your shoulder pads and everything else. That if just your casuals wearing a match game jersey,
you do buy them. I mean, I bought my kids the New York Giants one when Manning was there. So they both had the NFL one of them. But I'm just wondering what the volume of sales is, because I think you're probably only selling it to alumni and people who live in that sort of like catchment area.
You think so, wouldn't you?
You wouldn't really have many sort of like. I wonder how many Crimson Tide fans there are in Boston.
Yeah, it's probably going to be
so you'd probably find a lot of Patriot fans down in Alabama.
But if it's college football, how many people are coming through the system that are living in other states?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. It's alumni, people who've been there before, who moved on and moved to different states, who will be buying it. Let us know in the comments on that. See what you
interesting to see the sales
if
side.
You do get that many. What you do over it when you're talking NFL over here, I tell you what you see a hell of a lot of.
Go on.
Not the baseball caps like that with like New York or Giants on it or whatever. The woolly hats. I see loads of Green Bay hats, woolly hats, and things like that. And
it's the same with ice hockey. I see a lot of ice hockey fans with woolly hats on that have got ice hockey teams.
I just see like a guy walking down the street randomly in like middle of Altrincham, and he's got like a Seattle Seahawks hat on. Woolly hat, and I'm like, where's he got that from?
Most of the time, hats over here, you'll get ones like that.
TK Maxx.
But New York Yankees, they're just absolutely everywhere, aren't they? For some reason, they seem to be the big sellers.
Okay, so I have my jersey, I have my pants.
I need to get some gloves, man. Let's go get some gloves. Here's our white Nike Super Bads. These are actually the ones we wore in the national championship game last year.
I mentioned Nike earlier. One guy that was here over the summer, Kobe Bryant, also a Nike guy. How was that experience for the players?
It was awesome to get Kobe in here. He was great with our guys. Really enjoyed meeting him. He actually came in the equipment room and got to meet him. I mean, one of the greatest athletes of all time. So great to have him here.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go put this on. Kyle, I'm more of a basketball guy.
Man, you look like you're ready to go, man. All right, so this is our cleat room. It's probably our players' favorite room in the whole building. So they come in here and get their cleats every day. And we got a new addition to our cleat room this year. This is our foot scanner, okay? We're the only Division I football program that has this right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get you sized for the exact cleat that you need to be wearing so we can do the best to keep you on the field as long as possible. So go ahead and what you're gonna do is you can put your right.
We always
had
insane
now sport. It's just
it's a science,
so scientific,
isn't it?
It's huge.
We always had the shoe shop Clarks over here, didn't we? That when I was a kid, you used to put your foot in a machine and it measures it. And then they'd go, yeah, you're a size 5. It's like
it's one of them places where when you talk about what does my head in, when you go in a shoe shop, or I don't know if we go to JD Sports or somewhere, and I find a nice pair of sneakers, and I go, you got them in a 9, please, and they fuck off, and they come back and they go, they got the box in their hand. Didn't have a 9, but I brought you an 8. I'm like, well, that's not going to fit though, is it, dickhead?
It's not a 9, then,
I feel like just getting the shoe and battering him with it.
Does it look like a 9?
That glass platform and your left foot inside them.
All right.
There you go, right there. Measures arch length, measures the actual size of their foot. So the players have been a big fan of it this year. Should get a full measurement of your foot right here. Do me a favor, switch feet, right foot in now.
I'm sure my foot compared to the giants you guys have is gonna be pretty small.
Here's a whole scan of your foot so you can see.
Wow.
Even got your socks in there. That's how precise this thing is. Now we're gonna measure your arch. So you're gonna walk across that black platform over there. Just walk back and forth until I tell you to stop. And here comes your exact measurements. Your left foot's a little bit shorter than your right. And so a lot of people don't realize that. So this is a really good tool we can use to help do this. And then the coolest part is it gives us shoe recommendations. So we hit recommendations and it shows exactly what you should be wearing. Alpha Pro 2 3/4, we got that. And if it's something that we don't have, it's an older model, we can try our best to get that for our team. We're gonna give you these fresh pair of our SMU Free Trainer school makeup shoe with the Alabama A on the shoe. You know, Nike does a great job making these for us every year. Got a little houndstooth on the inside for you. We'll let you walk around and go to class and this kind of things. And then my man Jeff's gonna take you upstairs and show you all the hardware we got.
Alabama tradition. You don't have thousands of different jerseys. Why is that?
Coach Saban brought this up a couple of years ago when the craze in college football was changing uniforms, changing helmets. The history of the program here at Alabama has built a very strong brand. We are traditional, but that's our brand and that's what we're known for. So when you turn a game on a Saturday and you see that crimson helmet with the white stripe and the white numbers on the side, that's Alabama. That's good to have a strong brand like that. It's a strong brand of winning and the look that has held the test of time.
Right. Now you guys had one special jersey, one-off jersey, if you will. What went into that, and give me the inspiration of that jersey?
Well, that jersey was from the Mississippi State game in 2010. The first concept design was a lot different than what they ended up with. It was a lot of going back and forth with Nike, the administration here at Alabama, Coach Saban. What they had decided on was something very subtle. It's got a slight houndstooth design in the number. It's got the shield in the neck, and there was an American flag patch on the sleeve.
Now, equipment managing wise, you have a great routine. You get here in the morning, you leave late, long days. When it comes to the regular season, you know your locker room, you know your opponent's locker room in the SEC, but what changes when you go deep into that national championship run, when you're in locations that you're usually not used to?
A couple of different things change on it. One is the length of time. For a bowl game, you're there 7 days, possibly 8. When you move, you're moving for an extended amount of time and you're taking the whole team. SEC travel rules during the regular season, you get 70 players. For the bowl game, you can bring everybody. So we have 130 players during the season. So you're almost doubling the amount of players that you're taking. You're tripling the length of time that you're staying. So there's a lot more that we've got to pack, that we have to make sure that we have. We have to bring practice.
130 players.
Can't you imagine all that? Jeez.
What's the support team that's with them though? Because that's going to be just as big, isn't
Well,
it?
the coaches and the medics and all
coaches,
that.
medics,
masseuse.
yeah,
Kit men.
Yeah,
probably like 20 of them.
I wouldn't mind betting they take chefs with them and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I
as
bet
they
well,
do,
if everyone's on really
nutritionists and stuff like that.
Go
Sports
to a-
scientists, it's just huge
Yeah,
these days,
yeah.
isn't it?
So going to a bowl game and you might have like 300-400 people rocking up there.
I stayed in Florida one year, and I think is it the Orange Bowl or something they play down there. There was a game going on, and one of the teams was in there. I think it might have been both teams were in the hotel where I was staying in. And I was fucking huge guys, and I'm just like, all right. I was in the lift and on the elevator going in. I was like, all right, like looking up at everyone like that. And I'm like, what's going on here? And one of them said it was one of the bowls. I think it was called the Orange Bowl, or someone else tell me what it was called, Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, something that was down in Florida. Anyway.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 college teams playing against each other. It was
Wow.
huge. There was loads of them around the hotel. You know, everywhere you looked, it was like someone who was like 6'9" and
Land of the Giants.
like about 7 plates of food.
Yeah. But I mean, that, logistically, there must be like 6-7 coaches or something like that if they're going on away matches.
Oh, I imagine it'd be more than that.
Yeah,
I mean, it must be
You've got defense,
at least half a
offense,
dozen.
special teams.
Yeah.
You've got everything.
because they're probably going to be
kicking.
compartmentalised
Yeah.
as well, aren't they? It's not
Yeah.
just stuff everyone onto a coach. It'll be
Yeah.
And I don't suppose it'd be like 2 seats, just they're small ones next to each other. Probably like,
Yeah.
because they're big lads, aren't
Big
they?
convoy, wouldn't it? That.
yeah.
That must be low, gee.
Wow.
Absolutely mind blowing.
Pads, clocks, backups of just about everything, and everything you have to have for the game at the end of the week. And usually for postseason, That's it for most people. For the two teams who win the semifinal game and go into the national championship, you've got to hurry up, turn it around, and you're playing in the biggest game of the season. And you're playing for a championship and everything that goes into that. So
he said backups of everything. It's like 130 helmets because every player needs one. Times 2, so 260 helmets.
Pads.
That's going to take a coach up.
Yeah, you think
Just carrying it out, yeah.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love to see a video of the logistics of moving a team to a national championship.
Maybe there is one in a series. I don't know.
That'd be really interesting.
I'm sure this is like a series of different things that reporting on. It's like one of these. What was it called? All or Nothing. Documentaries. With a few different sports teams around the world. Something like that. And they give you the logistics of it all, and how it all goes.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting to see.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah,
It really is.
just a bit.
you got to load everything back up, which is usually 2 18-wheelers instead of 1 for a regular season game. Come back, get it all unloaded, get it clean, get it reorganized, and get it repacked, quickly turn it around for another trip somewhere across the country, depending on where the national championship game is. You've got to plan for a national championship game before you play a semifinal game because the turnaround is so quick on that. So you're doing a site visit for the national championship game as well as the semifinal. You're having to get hotel lists, make sure all of your guys have bench passes for the game. Jerseys with Nike have to be made up and brought in, and game patches, things like that. So there's a lot that goes into it, but luckily we've had a lot of practice doing that, so I feel good about our process in that. All right, so this is Coach Saban's pyramid of success, and he's used this everywhere he's coached. What we've got here is the season schedule for the year, and on every row you'll see some sayings. If you do everything that's on those rows, when you get to the top, you'll be a champion. And what'll happen is the week of that game, that team's block will stay up in the team meeting room. Game day, it'll move, it'll be in the locker room on an easel. If we win the game, the block will go back, signed by the team, it'll go back up on the wall. Now, if we were to lose a game, I hang on to it, and it's just a hole in the wall. You can see on this wall starting in 2007, this is every win since Coach Saban has been here. Wow. So I've been here since 2011.
Okay, so I want you to actually pick the block that's most memorable to you.
That's hard to say. There's been so many great games. I don't know if I can really pinpoint one.
What about from an equipment standpoint?
I'll tell you what, usually it's the LSU games.
Oh, okay.
The LSU games on the equipment side of it. And I think their guys would kind of say the same thing. It's the most physical game, it seems like, every year. There's a lot of really great athletes, and looking at the number of players for each team in the NFL, it kind of proves that. And it seems like every year when we get together, chin straps are breaking, jerseys are getting ripped at a higher rate than any other game. So I think every time when we go into the LSU game, it's kind of like, all right, well, everybody get ready for this one, because they're out there just really hitting each other.
As we go along, I'm seeing a lot of quotes, and I just think of Saban when I see this stuff. No excuses.
This is everything that he's trying to put out. This is what he wants the players to see. And at the end of the day, everything goes back to recruiting also. This is what he builds his program off of. This is kind of the same stuff: the discipline, effort, commitment, toughness, and the pride. Pictures of former players, NFL, Heisman, White House pitcher right there. So just all the different levels of what makes this program up. So this is our new recruiting area. This has got all of the national championship trophies since Coach Saban has been here, a lot of the individual trophies that the players have won, the NFL wall, kind of a new way to display everything and kind of show everything off. This is the national championship trophy from last year's game against Georgia. We've got a little photo booth area. You just select a frame. You can pick anything. You can go through the little list. Got a little camera up here, and you can have your picture taken with the trophy. And then you've got all the individual trophies here that the players have won. Doak Walker Awards, the Johnny Unitas, Walter Camp trophies, Bolitnikoffs are right here with the players listed and the year that they won them, where we have multiple guys who have won that trophy.
Right, now here's a true bling right here.
Yeah, so this is where all of them are. So these are all of the national championship rings. And they've added this little sliding magnifying glass, so you can slide to any ring and you can look at it under a magnifying glass and really get a close-up look at them.
Now, over in this area,
thought of everything.
Yeah, it's a great idea. That.
I loved it. Something on there I picked up on. I don't know if you saw it, but what they had like a list of like, it's similar to what they've got here on the side. See the 61,354.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's going to pan out a little bit. You're going to see a little bit more, but I picked up on something before that said something like 53 Super Bowl players that came. I don't know if that was the number, but that's whatever it was, 51 or 53 Super Bowl players. So we've gone through the college. They've played in the Super Bowl. I love stats like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't have anything like that over here.
No.
It doesn't sort of like equate to anything, but that's a stat that really equates to something.
It's a really good way of showing you what you could be with
exactly. That's
the
what I'm
work.
getting at.
Yeah, and rather than going there and I'm bigger than the club and I'm this and that, you're looking at heroes constantly.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
People have been there and done it. This is what you can achieve if you do the right
it's
things.
a good way to keep people in check. That
even the trophies and the rings, they've even thought of everything. Putting them sliding magnifying glass so you can.
That's
go
great, that isn't it?
They've thought of everything when it comes through, and this is what a facility.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
As a sports fan, I'm loving this.
Yeah, it looks absolutely superb, doesn't it?
I think the rings are such a cool thing.
Yeah,
like that's something that I've seen. I don't know, it's not college football, it's NFL, but like the Ace Ventura movie where there's like is it a Super Bowl
Dan
ring?
Marino.
The Dan Marino thing, where he gets punched by everyone to see which one's missing a diamond. And it's like even before I knew anything about any of this, those rings were iconic.
Yeah,
and watching programs like what's the pawn shop, you know, where the pawnbrokers in Vegas, and people come in and they're trying to pawn like a Super Bowl ring from the 70s or whatever. It's proper iconic.
There was a sales guy used to call on us. I've mentioned this story before. Sales guy used to call on us. He was in the trucking business in the USA, and when he used to come, he used to sort of like one of them, rub his nose like rub his head, and he had this fucking massive ring on. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was relatively new to the country, and someone else come in and said, "Oh, did they come in?" I went, "Yeah," because he saw his card on the side or something. He went, "Did he show you his Super Bowl ring?" And I went, "Was that what it was that he had on?" I said, "I wish I'd have known because I've been right. I've been all over that."
Yeah.
And he went, "Yeah, he wears it all the time." He said, "You play for the Seattle Seahawks."
Wow.
This guy. And I can't remember his name, but he was a salesman for a trucking company.
Wow.
Yeah. He had a Super Bowl ring.
Brilliant.
My mate's got an NHL ring.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, from the railway?
No. From the USA.
Ah, right, okay. It's like all those really bad rappers, or not necessarily bad ones, but proper like bling rappers that have got the grills.
Yeah.
They put on a stupid smile everywhere they go. No one smiles and shows the whole top row of teeth, but they all have to do it because they're showing off all this money that they've got.
Have you seen the guy who does on Sky over here? The guy who does the NFL program over here. You watch the NFL program over here on Sky?
I caught one episode a few weeks back.
Yeah, they have about 2 or 3 guys who are ex-NFL players, but they've all got the fucking rings on when the Super Bowl comes. They're all blinged up proper like. So they must, I don't know who they are. I've seen the names a few times, but I still don't know who they are.
Why not though?
So I think they must have been lower down like play. I mean, you're not going to get, because the big players are going to do the USA. You know what I mean? They're going to be on the TV in the USA.
Yeah.
These guys over here are probably lower down the pecking order to be pundits, and they've got them on Sky over here.
And I'm guessing all the ones that are in the Super Bowl, if it's like 120 odd players, they all get a ring, don't they? I suppose when they win it and that. So
I think even everyone. It's not just the players.
Yeah, the
sports team.
Is it everything? Ah, right. Okay.
God, that's how my mate's going. He's a sport team. He's not a hockey player.
Someone out there has got the contract for making rings for all these companies.
Yeah. It's big business, I bet.
Yeah,
just a bit.
Nice.
Something we've never seen. Every program highlights their NFL players, but this is another level.
So this is something new that they just did, where you've got the NFL helmet. You know, it's a full replica size helmet. And on the visor, though, it projects the name of the player, their position, and the year that they were drafted. And it just rolls through all those players. So instead of having a hard, permanent place with their name on it, this is something that constantly is rolling through. It's just a very unique way to show everybody that's in the NFL. So in the weight room is 37,000 square feet. There's 25,000 square feet on the floor where the racks are, squat racks, bench racks, and then 12,000 square feet on the second floor. We've got some cardio stuff, some offices up there. Down in the players' lounge, you've got a barbershop, the Bama Cuts area, lounge area for them, pool tables, video gaming systems set up in there. They've got massage chairs.
All right, Jeff,
it's a fucking village, this.
Absolutely full of everything, haven't they? What I like about it is the thought that's gone into it. It's not been just thrown together. I mean, some of the touches are absolutely amazing. They really are.
If you were a kid, which, you know, you're going to college, you maybe moved out for the first time from your parents, and you've got nutritionists, all the food for you, you've got the hot and cold pools, you've got a gym, I'd live there.
Well, you are living there because you're at that college.
Well, you're on campus, aren't you?
Not only that, you've got a scholarship to go to that college. Probably. sort of thing. So you ain't paying dick neither. You're just getting there. You just get off the free run because you're good at football.
Living like an absolute king for 3 years, like that.
And then once you get drafted into the NBA, the NFL, then it's even higher.
Go up another notch.
You know, it's
there'll be some guys that come crashing back down and have to learn how to cut quite quick after that 3 years. But it's really impressive.
I'm loving this.
Impressive.
This is where the magic happens, day by day, what the fans don't see, right?
Yeah, this is everything. This is where the team's getting work in every week during the season. So we got our 3 outdoor grass fields, which we're on every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday during the season. Thursday and Friday every week, the team will go inside our indoor facility, try and start backing off the players, kind of getting in a controlled environment, out of the heat or out of the cold, just depending on what time of the year it is.
Definitely. Now, I want you to give me one word that describes Saban during a practice.
Intense.
Intense, for sure.
Intense. That's the one word right there.
Well, Jeff, thank you for letting us come out and check out Alabama's facilities, man. Amazing, as I thought it would be.
I appreciate it. Well, it was great to have y'all here. And for a special viewer out there, I'm going to put together a little package and get it to you. And I appreciate y'all being here.
Nice road tide package, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, follow Koiski Media, COISKI Media, on Twitter and Instagram to find out how to win that package. Until then, it's your host, George Kill, signing off. Roll Tide.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Really did enjoy it. It's
superb. The facilities there are absolutely amazing.
The way they described it, well, I don't know if they do, I know you can do it at a lot of the grounds over here where you can go and do a tour.
Yeah.
And you sort of like go around, you see different things. And many times I've been to football stadiums over here and I've done a tour, or I've been to rugby stadiums and done a tour. I've never been like overly like, I've been like, Cities is probably the best.
Yeah.
Without doubt, with the training facilities they've got and the whole package they've got of everything. It's quite impressive when you look at the media rooms and the set up, like, I don't know, cinemas and all this kind of stuff. It's really good. And you can see why the younger kids want to go to the city facility when they're younger now over other clubs. But there's nothing. I mean, you've got to think of the size of that. They've got to build size to accommodate them 130 players.
Yeah.
Plus whatever all the support teams,
it's a huge area,
and the
isn't it?
uniforms and the locker rooms and everything that goes with it. That's. But I'm wondering if you can do tours of these facilities.
I think you probably can, but I suppose it depends. Are they training every day, even out of season?
Do you know one question I've got for people to? I hope people are still watching because this is an important question, right? The college coaches, right? So the guy there who's the coach of the team, I wonder if they ever get approached by the NFL teams. So do they switch over from college coaching to NFL or NFL back to college coaching? You know, is it something that you know?
You would think they would, wouldn't you? Really?
I would have thought so, but I don't know if I don't know if it is something. I would have thought it would be.
Because I do know, I think they get paid pretty well as well, don't they, the coaches at college? I think we've heard it on the video before that I think they do get pretty well paid. I think for it.
I wonder if it's more lucrative to be a college coach or more lucrative to be an NFL coach.
Yeah,
I'm talking head coach. I'm not talking like a secondary or third coach sort of thing as an assistant. So I'm talking head coach.
Are the rules exactly the same for college football as they are for the NFL?
I think they're very. They should be, but I think there might be a couple ones that might
little
be
tweaks.
Different. Like if the guy's down touching him or whatever, and things like that. It might be something like that, but nothing sort of like.
Pretty much the
So
pretty much as is.
Methodology wise, and what do they call it? Coaches over here, they have their
holistic.
No, they've got like a name that they always come in when they say they're implementing their style.
Yeah, they sort of call it a holistic approach.
Well, that's one of the buzzwords. They're I can't think
style.
No, it's a similar word, but it doesn't matter. So it will translate to NFL though. That was why I asked that question.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah. I think if you the rules are not like it's not like rugby league, rugby union. Where you get crossover and people can cross over. Once you know one rule, you know pretty much all the rules, don't you?
Yeah.
But they've got so many plays and playbooks and all that sort of stuff. That's where I was curious.
That's all
that'll all translate.
It'd be interesting to see, like in the professional teams, what their training facilities like. If they're
you're right.
Better, I mean, I can't imagine something being better than that. And that just looks absolutely top notch, doesn't it?
I'm with you. So, but I think you might get some teams that are, like Dallas Cowboys, for example. I imagine theirs is like fucking top level.
You'd think that'd be one of the best.
I imagine it's probably one of the best
facilities
in the world. I'm thinking
you'd think so, wouldn't you?
I didn't watch the All or Nothing documentary on them, but it's something I've got down to watch. I know it's a bit older now, but I'm thinking if you go to some NFL clubs who haven't got the same kind of like revenue money stream that the Dallas Cowboys have, and the infrastructure where it's a smaller probably town they're in, they're probably nowhere near that.
You wouldn't have thought. I mean, that is just incredible. Aren't
we have that. We have that with stadiums over here. You can look at a shitty stadium, someone who's in the Championship or Division 1, let's say, for instance. They've had it developed and it's all right, and then you look at Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley's like school. It's like a school stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
It's
it's just
300 years old, probably.
yeah, totally
I
different.
saw a picture of one. You might be able to tell me what team, but someone said these could be playing in the Premier League next season, but I didn't see who it was. But the entrance to the stadium, there was houses, there was terraced houses, and then it was like in the middle, almost like a shop, and that was the entrance to get into someone's stadium.
Right.
And they were
There's a lot of stadiums like that.
but first division team that
Crystal
could have
Palace
been
has an Asda or a Sainsbury's. I don't know what it is now. It used to be a Sainsbury's when I used to go, but they had one on the corner of the stadium.
yeah.
It was in the stadium. It was actually inside the stadium,
yeah.
but it was like a Sainsbury's, and I think it might
Yeah.
be an Asda or something. Now.
Bolton used to have one as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they used to have like a shop bolted onto
Oh, I
it
don't
till they moved.
Don't
This
know.
this
Yeah.
looked like a northern terraced street
Did it?
with a stadium kind of tacked onto it, so like in the middle of the houses. But I didn't see who it was.
Could be a Bury or a Rochdale, couldn't it? Or I don't know.
Not sure.
But
There's a lot built around terraced houses.
Yeah.
You go to Anfield. Anfield just got some
where
out
they were,
terraced houses all
because
around
they've
there.
been there for like over a century.
Old
haven't they?
Trafford, when you walk down
Yeah.
St Matt Busby Way, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Is it still called that? Or did
St
you
Matt
change
Busby
it?
Way,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What down there? That's all terraced houses, and the stadium's
True.
at the end of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, that's a great video. That
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
really impressive.
Thanks for the recommendation on that. Can't remember who it was, but thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.